Hi you guys, it's your girl Annabelle, BKA Barika Honey, and I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you click that like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell notification, and leave a comment. So I'm just gonna start out by saying we will be drinking tonight a little Bombay and juice. So I have a full list of things that I have to tell you guys. So I get a lot of inboxes asking me like to explain my experience from start to finish, and it's kind of hard to do that with each and every person, so I just feel like I'll just go ahead and like make another video for you guys, which I love to do. And I also do love to receive you guys' inboxes, but this is for the people who don't want to inbox, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just gonna start like from the very beginning. So the name of my title is called Everything You Need to Know About Surgery in the Dominican Republic. So I personally will just be telling y'all what I've experienced based on the exact procedures that I had. So I had a tummy tuck, I had BBL, chin lipo, and lipo. That was all out of order. So tummy tuck, lipo, BBL, chin lipo. So let's start out with the why. So for me, I was like insecure. Like even from a little girl, I used to get picked on a lot. So, you know, that's pretty much where it all started, like since I was a little girl. And like, you know, I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. And even whenever I would lose weight, the shape was still the same. I was just like a smaller figure of the shape. And my booty was still flat. I had no booty, like my booty was square. I had no hips, and I really didn't want to work out, you know what I'm saying? I mean, before I've tried so many diet plans, so many exercises, but that's really just not who I am. Like, I don't like to exercise like that. I'll do that walking, but that's it. So how it all started. So I was in high school and I found out that you can alter your body with surgery. But whenever I found out about it, the video that I seen, the lady was up. And I'm just like, you're not about to be stabbing me and I'm awake. But then I found out like you can go under anesthesia. So late 2019, I started doing my research, but I was doing research in Miami. So I had narrowed it down to Dr. Dobek or Dr. Gurani or Gurney. I don't know why my mouth's wet. But yeah, then I found out that they have surgeries in the Dominican Republic, Colombia, Mexico. So I started researching the Dominican Republic because they was looking real good out there. And the cost was lower. So originally, this was before I even really decided that I'm having surgery. So I had decided on Dr. Pedro Espinal, and who else was I? Dr. Roberto, I forgot his first name. But yeah, so I had like narrowed it down to those two, but I ended up picking Dr. Espinal. So then whenever 2020 came around, my now boyfriend offered to pay for my surgery. So at this point, I'm like, oh my God, it's real. So I started doing research again. So I knew that I only wanted to do lipo, no tummy tuck. So I was leaning towards Dr. Ferreras now. And he was a doctor who was on my vision board. And I just knew I wanted him to do my surgery. But yeah, I ended up going with Mercedes and getting a tummy tuck. And I'm completely happy. So I chose Dr. Mercedes over Dr. Ferreras. I just feel like Mercedes girls were more happy versus the Ferreras girls. So that's why I picked Mercedes. But things you want to consider before you decide, like, okay, I'm gonna fly to the Dominican Republic, get surgery and all that. So things to consider and make sure you're prepared. So you need to know that you will not be able to take a full shower for about a month or until your incisions are closed. So you're gonna have to do whole baths. Somebody probably gonna have to wash your back for you. Cause I mean, if you're getting a tummy tuck or anything where you're getting cut open, you're not gonna be able to take a full shower. At least until your incisions are healed. And like I said, someone to wash your back for you. You may need help closing your faja. You might not be able to work. So I've seen girls go back to work after like 4 weeks or 6 weeks. I don't have to work, but if I did have to go back to work, I wouldn't go back for like 8 weeks. I'm just saying. And make sure there's a massage therapist in your area. Make sure you have someone to alter your faja. And if you have small kids, you're gonna need help with them because you just had your body cut open, so you're not gonna be able to do a lot. Also cleaning, you're gonna need somebody to help you clean, because when I was sweeping, I needed someone to come to my house and like use the dustpan to pick up the trash. So I'd have to just sweep it in a corner. So money for aftercare and bills. So the aftercare, I would say save yourself an extra $1,000 to $1,500 for aftercare and however much you need for at least 2 months worth of bills. So research. I joined Facebook surgery groups. One of the groups is Dominican Republic Plastic Surgery and Support. Another one is Plastic Surgery in Dominican Republic and beyond. Another one is BodyYum_SX. And another one is Get Your Body Done, Sis, etc. So individual doctors have their own groups as well. So I was in the Mercedes Barbies groups, and it was just a bunch of girls who either went to Mercedes, about to go to Mercedes, or considering Mercedes. And I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot. I don't plan on editing this video like at all, so yeah, you get what you get. But so I tell the girls all the time, please make a surgery Instagram page. I tell them that all the time and they still don't do it. So basically, it's just a separate Instagram page from your personal page. All you would do is go to create a new page, and you want to make sure that your name has something related to surgery so that people can know it's a surgery page. So mine is, I think it's SX Mercedes doll. So everybody know I went to Mercedes or I'm going to Mercedes. They know it's a surgery page. And once you make your page, you follow women who went to the doctor that you like. You follow the doctors, you follow recovery homes and all that good stuff. And the reason to make a surgery page is when you try to follow somebody, they're gonna add you. Because if you try to follow them from your personal page, 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna add you because it's a personal page. And they have a lot of vulnerable pictures on there, like a lot of naked pictures, a lot of just naked pictures. So they don't want to just share that with the world, hence why the page is private. So you want to make sure that you have a surgery page so we can know that you one of us. So reach out to a few dolls. I know a lot of girls don't like to do that because some of the girls are rude, but I mean, reach out. I just say reach out. Like, what's the worst that could happen? And I didn't use Real Self to do any type of research. I just used the groups and my Instagram. And another way, well, a way you can find your massage therapist is through Facebook. So I reached out to a few girls who were in Houston and they referred me to my massage therapist. So how to get in contact with I'm sorry, y'all can't talk. How to get in contact with your doctors in the Dominican Republic. So skip the coordinators because you can request your own quote. You do not need a coordinator. That's just extra money that you're gonna spend because that coordinator has to get paid. Download WhatsApp. It's called WhatsApp. And go to your doctor's Instagram and get their number out of the bio and contact them via WhatsApp. That's the only way you're gonna be able to get in touch with them because they're in another country. And be patient. Like sometimes it takes a few days to get a quote and your quote may not be the same as the other person just because, you know, everybody's body is different even if y'all are getting the same procedure. And usually an assistant will talk to you, but I was fortunate enough to talk to Mercedes myself. So I really didn't communicate with his assistant via WhatsApp. So whenever you request a quote, all you have to say is like, hey, I would like a quote for tummy tuck BBL lipo. And they're gonna send you back a questionnaire. You're gonna fill it out and then you're gonna send 3 naked pictures. Most of them do not want a picture of your face, just the body, like from here all the way to the ground. And then you're gonna wait for your quote and then you're gonna proceed. If you like what you hear, like the numbers add up and everything, you could go ahead and book with them. And some doctors actually have recovery houses that they work with. But even though your doctor recommends a recovery house, I say still do research on the recovery house because, yeah, just do your research. Always do your research. Never go off of what somebody else tell you. Like, even if I tell you like, hey, I stayed at Better Recovery House, you should stay at Better Recovery House. Still do your research. And contacting Recovery House is the same way. You go to their Instagram page, you get the number, contact them on WhatsApp. So I picked Dr. Mercedes because he was safe. He had a few debts, like I think he had 2 at the time, if I'm not mistaken. He worked really well on big girls. Now I'm like 230, I'm like 5'7", 230 pounds. So I'm not like a BBW, at least I don't think I am. But I'm like a bigger girl, I'm on the bigger side. So that's why I chose him, and I made sure that he injects fat over the muscle. Because if your doctor injects fat under the muscle, I think that's really dangerous. So make sure your doctor injects the fat over the muscle. So I booked with Mercedes, and I sent him $500. I sent him a $500 deposit through MoneyGram. And whenever I sent it, they asked me like, do I want to send it in American dollars or pesos? I just chose pesos. He received it. And he's gonna let you know which name to send it to. Now what you wanna do is you wanna make sure and confirm with him that the name is still valid, because whenever I send my deposit, I sent it to the first name he gave me. But when I told him, hey, I sent my deposit, he was like, oh no, send it to this name. But it still worked out, thank God. But just make sure and verify that that's the name he wants you to send it to, because it changes all the time. Because I think if they receive too much money on one name, it's gonna raise a red flag or something like that. So just verify with him. But I booked with Better Recovery House for 14 nights. I don't know if it was 14 days or 14 nights. I don't know. But yeah, they accepted my deposit via PayPal, and that was $200. So when you're booking a recovery house, make sure the nurses are certified, the food is decent. I said decent. The massage therapist is on site. They have hospital beds, and don't worry about the luxury. Like some places are luxurious. They got these nice pools. They got these nice pillars. Everything is just fabulous, but they don't have no hospital beds, no massage therapists. The food might be good, but they don't have no certified nurses. So you want to make sure like all of the major things that you need are checked off. So my recovery house, they offer to send a overnight nurse for an extra $100, but my surgery sister already booked with Oscarina, and me and her ended up sharing the recovery room, so Oscarina just watched over both of us. Okay, so once I decided on Mercedes, I went to my PCP for labs. I just wanted to make sure everything was good, and my hemo was 13.5, and then so my hemo was already good, but I asked her about vitamins because I hear everybody else taking vitamins, and she was just like, just take a prenatal. It has like all the vitamins that you mentioned. So I did that, and in an attempt to build my hemo, which was already high. But sadly, whenever I landed in the Dominican, my hemo was like a 13. But keep in mind that when you on a plane, your hemo does go down a little bit. That's why you take your labs not the same day you land, but the next day. And then people always ask me all the time, like, how do you build your hemo? And I'm just like, I really don't know. I'm not an expert at that, but all the people that I've heard have been saying to drink beet juice, take SSS tonic, and this blood builder pill is by Mega Foods. So I got my medical list from Dr. Mercedes. I think it was like 5 or 6 medications that he prescribed. So I asked my PCP, can you prescribe my medication? And she did. So some doctors just won't do it. So then you have to get your medicine in the Dominican. But a lot of people said the medicine is not really strong in the Dominican. So you want to get your meds out here. I ended up paying like about $120 maybe for all of my meds. And then aside from that, I bought iron pills. Well, I didn't bring them. I had to buy them while I was in the Dominican because I forgot. But bring your iron pills because you're gonna need them. So once I decided on all that, I got my meds. I applied for my passport. I think I applied in July or August, and it took about 3 weeks to come. So basically what I did, I just went to the post office, filled out this passport form. Make sure you have your birth certificate, ID, social security card, and you're gonna pay about $120 through money order. But I would just call the post office and ask them how much do I have to put on this money order, because I think it was done by money order. Then after you do all that, you just take a picture. So make sure you get a little cute. Because you're gonna take a picture for your passport. And then once I got my passport, I booked my flight. I booked my flight maybe like ahead of time, a month ahead of time. I flew with American, and I booked my days October 8th through October 23rd. And I was supposed to have surgery October 12th, but I ended up having surgery on the 14th. So once I did all that, I slowly started gathering my supplies. I considered getting the beauty in the box, but I just felt like I'm not gonna need all that stuff. And I've heard girls saying like, you really don't need all that stuff. You're just gonna come home with a bunch of stuff that you really don't need. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just get my own stuff, which was a little more work, but I mean, it was definitely worth it in my opinion. So I only took 1 carry-on and 1 personal bag. So every time I see someone with this crazy, outlandish suitcase full of supplies, like extra of everything, I'm just like, you really don't need all that. Especially if you're only gonna be staying like 10 days or 14 days, even 20 days. I don't think you need all that. I'm just saying. But this is my supply list for 10 days, at least 10 days post-op. This will get you through the 10 days. So I already made like 2 videos about this, but I'm just gonna say it one more time. I'm gonna just run through it right quick. So you wanna get you a suitcase, preferably one that locks, and you wanna get you a backpack. So a pack of 18 Chuck's pads. I got the Assurance brand from Walmart. 3 packs of baby wipes, whatever brand you want. 1 big pack of bath wipes, and the bath wipes are just the large baby wipes, and it's found near the adult diapers in the store. 2 pack of compression socks, and I didn't like the toeless ones, like where your toes are hanging out. I didn't like those, but you want to get the 20-30 mmHg. An exfoliating glove, that's optional. 2 bars of antibacterial soap. 1 small bottle of heavy cleanse, because you're only going to use it 1 time. Swear. You don't need 10 of them. Just saying. 1 off-brand pack of poise pads. A pack of 36 was enough, like a little more than enough, but yeah. And you want to bring some pads and tampons just in case on flow. 1 arnica gel. 1 thrombosid forte ointment. I can't talk, y'all. Arnica pills, that's optional. Staffi sangria. So a lot of people ask me like, what is that? I actually got that idea from it's a Duran doll. I can't remember her name on Instagram, but it's Duran something. But yeah, she's like the GOAT for real. And the Staffi sangria is to promote healing after surgery, and I noticed that it helped with like the lipo itch and everything, so definitely bring that on my next round. You want to bring your prescription meds, your iron pills, and you want to bring a spirometer. But before you go out and buy one, ask your doctor, like, do they provide one for you for free? Because Mercedes did for us. You want to bring you a PEs or a male urinal. I did not bring one, but I would definitely say yes. You should bring one. Tylenol PM and the Tylenol, like regular Tylenol. I like the 8-hour Tylenol. I feel like it works so much better for me. You want to bring you some Halls, Benadryl, and Sinex, because this is not for everybody. I just have bad allergies, so Benadryl and Sinex, laxatives, hand sanitizer, Monostat if you need that. I didn't need it. Regular slides. Don't bring fur slides because it's hot as hell out there. I think I said this already, but no fur slides. 1 pack of gauze and 1 pack of surgical tape. I say bring the blue Next Care tape because it's a lot easier on your skin. The other tape peels your freaking skin, I swear. And an extension cord for obvious reasons. A little like fleece blanket just in case you get cold like plane ride. You want to bring a bonnet if you need one. 1 to 2 boxes of gloves. I say bring 2 because I bought 1 and then I had to go buy another one at the pharmacy. You want to bring 2 face towels and 2 medium-sized towels. You want to bring a robe, 3 pack of wife beater. You can bring more if you need to, but 3 was more than enough. And the wife beater is for under your faja to protect your skin. 2 nightgowns, 2 maxi dresses, 2 regular pairs of socks, panties in case on flow comes. You want to bring chapstick, lip gloss, lotion, edge control, face wash and moisturizer, toothbrush, toothpaste, mouthwash. Bring you some of those floss picks and some Q-tips. Make sure everything is in a travel size bottle. Bring your phone charger, your AirPods. Bring 3 foams, an ab board, and a backboard. Or you could just bring 360 foam, ab board, backboard. And bring your own chin garment if your doctor does not provide one for free. I put that in all caps because I could have saved a lot of money. Could have, because Dr. Mercedes charged me like 60 bucks for the most basic chin garment I've ever seen. And you could get one for like $10 on Amazon. Bring extra money. I say bring at least $9,000 just for your comfort. Because like you might want to eat, you might want souvenirs, you might want to go somewhere extra, like to the beach or something like that. And bring a crystal. If you're into that type of thing, I bought selenite because I think it's like a universal stone. So bring one just for like extra protection. And I didn't bring any inshore. A lot of girls said that like it causes inflammation. So I didn't drink that. And a lot of the other girls didn't. So I contacted Nathalie Bobby Pillow on Instagram, and I told her what I wanted. So when you order a Bobby Pillow, make sure you have like a pillow to support your back, because when you sit on the pillow, your back is like pushed forward, so you want to have a pillow to support your back. And I think for those two pillows, I paid like $35. So a few days before my flight, I contacted Mercedes and the recovery house just to make sure they have my name written down, they know I'm coming, and everything was good. So the day of my flight, I flew from Houston to Miami, then Miami to the DR. And when I landed, the customs lines was so freaking long. Like it took an hour to get through all that. And my recovery house driver was outside waiting for me. It was him and another lady. And that other lady ended up being my surgery sister. We did everything together. I mean, we had same doctor, same date, we had same recovery house. The only thing that was different is that we had different procedures. Like I got tummy tuck lipo BBL and chin lipo, and she got breast augmentation lipo BBL. But God really knew what he was doing, because I could have done it on my own, but it just would have been a little more difficult. So us doing everything together really made everything much more easy. And so they took us to this Airbnb, because I think they overbooked at the recovery house, but it was really no problem because they took care of everything. Like we didn't have to pay no extra money or nothing like that. And plus it was very intimate. Like it wasn't like a bunch of girls for the first couple of days. So we had a real good time. Like they made sure we had food, we had water. If we needed a ride, they would come get us. Everything was good. And then we ended up meeting our beautiful, beautiful friend Maria. She was awesome. She took us to the beach. She took us to a few places, and she was super duper duper nice. And yeah, so we ended up giving him the remaining money for the recovery house, and we took off the massages. So it was a package that included like 6 massages. So we just told him like, we're just gonna pay for the massages as they come. So the in-house massages were $25, but I also got massages from Maria's Massage, and they were $30. So the next day we went to our first pre-op appointment, and our driver was Orlando. Love Orlando. And we met with Mercedes for the first time. So me and him agreed that I'm gonna get the tummy tuck, lipo, BBL, chin lipo, because like I said at first, I didn't want no tummy tuck because I was afraid of that scar. I thought it was gonna hurt, when in all actuality, that was the least of my problems. So I was 5'7", 230 pounds, and my BMI was 37.5. So he charged me an extra $100 because my BMI was high. So altogether with the labs that were included with my quote, I paid $6,200 minus the deposit, the $500 deposit that I sent to him before. And whenever you're paying your doctor, they want American money. They don't want no pesos. So I gave him all cash. And then that day we did labs. We did COVID tests. I think altogether we took like 3 COVID tests first. It was a saliva test, then it was a blood test, and then we did another blood test like the day before surgery. So the labs and the COVID test we took at Cecilip. Then we had to go to another place to get a CAT scan, and that was $130. And my surgery sister, she had to take another test because she was over 45, and I think that was like $150. So the next day after that, I think that was a Monday. If it wasn't on a Monday, then we went back on Monday, and that was the day we took our pulmonology, cardiology, and a Doppler. We took all those. So somewhere in between all of that, we ended up going to this place. It kind of looked like a pawn shop to me, but basically you get to exchange money over there. So you want to make sure you get some pesos, like to pay for it if you go to the pharmacy, if you go eat out, or just really anything. Because if you pay with cash, they probably gonna jack you a little bit. I'm just saying, like it might be they jacking you for 50 cents or $2, and $2 is not a lot of money, but when you're getting jacked for it, you kind of feel played. So you want to exchange for pesos like $200 or $300. I think $200 should be enough, definitely. And they have money exchange in places like everywhere, but they said don't do it at the airport because it's like more expensive to exchange the money. So we went to another place and we got like the Tecasol powder because they had a pharmacy. Like these places, if you've ever been to a fiesta, like if you have a fiesta in your city, they have like a pharmacy. You could start a phone plan, you could buy a t-shirt, you could buy a whole suit, you could buy groceries all in this one store. So that's what kind of store it was. They had a pharmacy inside, and we bought our Tecasol powder. I think one is enough, but just buy two. Just buy two, because you're gonna use it when you get home too. And the Tecasol powder is for cuts. So if you're getting a tummy tuck or breasts, you're getting your breast cut, you're getting arms, like an arm lift, you're getting a thigh lift, you need Tecasol powder. So with the Tecasol powder, you're just gonna bring it to all your doctor's appointments. And also while we was at the pharmacy, I got my Oxaforte, which is, I forgot the first ingredient, but I know it has codeine in it. It's a pain medication. And I only got one box. One box was enough because I didn't even finish the whole box. But she ended up getting a cell phone card. I don't know if it's a card or a plan, but basically it was supposed to work with her phone while she was in the Dominican, and it didn't work. But I know that my T-Mobile worked. I think T-Mobile is like the only service that works in the Dominican Republic, because my T-Mobile phone worked, but my AT&T phone did not work. And yeah, you just want to make sure, like, if you do have T-Mobile, make sure you have international calling. But they do have Wi-Fi almost everywhere, like at your recovery house or your Airbnb, they have Wi-Fi. And sometimes the Wi-Fi works at the clinic. So what you want to do is get your driver to stop at like the pharmacy or anywhere you need to go after or before your post-op visits or pre-op visits. Because like, if my driver made a stop on the way, like where we was going somewhere, he wouldn't charge us. But if you had to make like a special trip for you, then he's probably gonna charge you like $15. So don't use the mobile pharmacy because they will charge you a freaking fortune. Like I think I was missing my iron pills, and the iron pills were only $15, but they were trying to charge me $35. So I'm like, no, I'm good. So Natalie ended up delivering our pillows to us at the clinic. And we were supposed to have surgery on the Monday, but we didn't have surgery until Wednesday. Like, they kept pushing us back, and that was the only thing I really didn't like. I was getting super frustrated. And I'm sure it's because they overbooked him, because he's booking, his assistants are booking, and Crow Caribe or something like that, the recovery house that he's affiliated with, is booking him too. So I'm pretty sure that's how he got overbooked. So what you want to do is make sure you have like some kind of checklist or something. Like, ask them if they have a checklist for you, because they will jack you around. Like, you would think that you took all your tests, and then the day you're supposed to have surgery, they're going to be like, oh, well, you can't have surgery today because you don't have this test. And then you're going to be pissed like we were. So the night before surgery, I showered with my HEPA cleanse. Don't put no lotion on. Don't eat or drink anything. I think after 8 o'clock, don't eat or drink anything. Pack your surgery bag in your book sack. So what I had in my surgery bag, I had my compression socks, my wife beater, my slides, toothbrush, toothpaste, charger, chapstick, AirPods, your phone, your medication, your boppy pillow and your back pillow, a maxi dress, your spirometer, and whatever else you think you may need. And so we arrived at the clinic at about 5 a.m. When we got there, you sign all of your paperwork, like consenting to surgery, and you pay the rest of your money if you haven't paid already. And I waited in the waiting room for like a couple of hours. My surgery sister actually went back to surgery in between that time, and then they came and got me and brought me in the recovery room. They hooked me up to an IV. They started my fluids, and they bought me the blue pill around 6 a.m. So we've been at the clinic since like 5 a.m. and I didn't get my blue pill until like 6 p.m. Okay. Like, I had posted something on Facebook, and I was like, dang, I hope I get my surgery today, because it's 6 o'clock and it's late. Like, I'm like, I hope he's not tired. But yeah, once I got the blue pill, it knocked me out within like 10 minutes, y'all. Like, I'm telling y'all, that blue pill is something else. It's the bomb.com. I'm just saying. But it knocked me out after like 10 minutes. And I remember being wheeled into a room, and I remember standing up. I guess I was about to get on the table, and that's it. I don't remember nothing else. I don't remember anything. So I woke up one time during surgery, and I remember when I woke up, I was like, get this blanket off of my face. And then next thing I know, I woke up in the recovery room. But when I woke up during surgery, I didn't feel anything, like nothing. I was completely numb. So when I woke up the next morning, I was in my hospital bed. I wasn't in any pain. All I remember is my stomach feeling like tight. And they bought us breakfast and pineapple juice, and I couldn't really eat much because, you know, after getting muscle repair, your stomach feels really weird. You don't want to eat too much because you feel like you're gonna throw up. So yeah, we had to get up, you know, get dressed, brush our teeth and everything, and then wait for our ride. So I got up, I was hunched over, but I remember walking to the mirror and I was like, damn, I look good. But so Orlando came and he wheeled us to the car, and he took us to the recovery house, and that was our first time sleeping at the recovery house. So whenever we made it to the recovery house, it's like that's when all the pain came, and it was excruciating. Okay, so we took our meds. So for me, instead of taking the pain meds that my doctor gave to me, I took the Oxyforte, which it worked really well for me. The only two side effects that I've noticed is that I had some weird dreams. Like, I always have crazy dreams, but the dreams were they felt very real, you know, like more real than I've ever experienced before. And it made me cry for no freaking reason. Like, I was in my feelings. And I think it's because it has codeine in it. I think that's why. But we had like the best nurses at Better Recovery House. So they washed our clothes for us, including the faja, and they gave us a whole bath, and she washed everything. And I've never had anybody wipe my butt for me. So it was something to get adjusted to. I didn't like it. But yeah. So whenever I did have to go number 2, I wiped my own booty. I was not about to have nobody wipe my booty after number 2. I'm just saying. So every time I went number 2, I had to take my faja off. And I didn't poop for like, I think 3 days. And I didn't have to take any laxatives, but some people do. So one time I didn't make it in time to take my faja off, but the hole ended up being big enough for me to do what I needed to do. So yeah, after I went number 2 that first time, I didn't have any problems after that. So the next day, I think it was the next day, I got my first massage. So whenever you get your massages, you bring a Chuck's pad, your baby wipes, arnica gel, and thrombosid, your phone, and your AirPods. And you make sure you take your medications like 30 minutes to an hour before, but it don't even matter, y'all. It don't matter how far ahead you take those medications. Those massages, the first couple of massages are freaking awful. Like right here, this part of my back felt so numb. It felt like literally they had bricks in my back. It felt hard. I can't even explain it. You really have to experience it. But yeah, it was really rough. Really, really rough. So the first few massages were the worst. I cried. So whenever you get your massages, so they massage your back, but they put this needle, it's probably like this long, through your butt crack, like where you have your incision at. And whenever she's massaging you, you can feel the fluid dripping out of your back. And whenever she comes around and massages your stomach, you can see the fluid leaving your body into your drain. But before you get your massages, make sure they clean out your drain. Make sure they take out any blood clots that might be in there so that the fluid can flow freely. And so she didn't massage over my incision, but you do have to get massage on your stomach after a tummy tuck. So we had our first post-op appointment, and basically when you go to your post-op appointments, they clean your wounds. Make sure you bring the Tecasol powder. It's for your scars. And so basically they're gonna clean it with this wound wash, put the Tecasol powder on it, and then cover the wounds back with new gauze and tape. And his nurses were A1, bomb.com. I love his little nurses. They're so cute. But even though they're small and cute, they are very strong, like for real. So I bought my second stage faja in an extra large. It was a Maria E, and I think I paid like $150 for it. But it was way too freaking small. Like it was squeezing my booty. So I would say, if you do end up buying a faja from your doctor, make them put it on you so that like if it is too small, then they could just upsize it for you right then and there. But yeah, since mine was too small and I didn't find out until I made it back to the recovery house, they had to exchange it for me at my next visit. But that same day, I also bought the chin garment, which was $60. So please bring your own garment. If your doctor does not give it to you for free, you could buy it on Amazon and it's like less than $20. So I got another massage, and I think that was maybe my second or third massage, but I cried so hard. We still had to stop, and I was like, just keep going. And she was like, I can't massage you if you're crying like this. But y'all, that stuff is no freaking joke. So yeah, but it's like after you get a massage, you feel so freaking good, you just want to take a nap. But during that massage though, yo, I'm telling you, it's nothing to play with. But yeah, and I think after my second or third massage at the recovery house, I got a massage from Maria. She came pick me up, and it was amazing. I love her massages. I think she massages at a recovery house, but you would have to ask her. I'm gonna leave her information down below, but I did leave her information already under my other videos, but I'm gonna leave it again. And hold up. Yeah, so then we had another post-op visit, and they pretty much did the same thing. Clean your incisions, make sure you're healing well. Tecasol powder, make sure you bring it with you to every appointment because you're gonna need it if you have scars. And they exchanged my faja that day. So another day, because I know it was an out of the way trip, Orlando took me to Alexander to get my faja adjusted because they gave me a bigger size, but the waist was kind of big. So they took it in at the waist. And then like the straps were super duper tight, so they adjusted my straps. They put like an adjuster, what is it, a extender on my strap, and they put me back in my faja after they did everything, and it was so freaking tight. Like, oh my god, it's crazy. But I paid like $25 for that, and for the out of the way trip, he did charge me $15. So the whole time I was there, I just kept getting more massages every day. They got easier over time. I remember at one time I was getting a massage and I was just dancing, like listening to my music because it didn't hurt anymore. But altogether I got like 8 massages in the Dominican. If next time I go, I'm gonna double up on massages because they are the bomb at massaging. They're like, it's the Dominican, so they do stuff different. Like whenever I got home, they did not needle drain me. So it was just like massaging you through your lymphatic system instead of like actually seeing the fluid come out of you right then and there. So by October 20th, I was so freaking over it. I was ready to go home. The food had irritated me. Like I was tired of eating it. I was supposed to leave on the 23rd and I couldn't leave early because I had one more post-op appointment to go to, and it just really didn't pay to try to change my flight anyway. So I remember towards the end, I was feeling really depressed. I was homesick and I was tired of the food, y'all. And it seemed like everybody was just getting on my nerves because I was ready to go home. So one night something weird happened to me. I remember every time I would like doze off and fall asleep, I would lose my breath. Like it would wake me up and I could not go to sleep. And then somehow, some way, I ended up falling asleep. And it just happened that one night and never happened again. I didn't tell anybody. Don't be like me. If something is happening to you, tell someone, but I didn't tell anybody. I was so freaking tired and exhausted, and it wasn't as bad as it sounds. So I didn't tell anybody, but if I thought something was life-threatening, I definitely would have told someone. So I stopped taking my pain medication maybe after day 5 because it's like I wasn't really in pain no more. I wasn't really in pain after like 5 days maybe. Like after 3 days, The pain was the worst, but after 5 days, I felt like, all right, whatever. I don't really need this. So, Mercedes gives you 2 antibiotics, and I stopped taking the capsule one a few days before, you know, the cycle was supposed to be over because it was making me so nauseous. At first, I couldn't figure out why I was getting nauseous, but then I figured out it was the antibiotic. So I was still taking one, but I stopped taking the one that was in a capsule. So, in the beginning, when you're taking your medication, your nurses do keep track of all of your medications, like the time and everything for you. But after a few days, you know, you get the hang of it. So whenever you take your medicine, just let your nurse know, like, hey, I took my pain med at 5 or something. So they could keep track. They really need to know that you're taking it and what time, so that you don't overdo it or you don't forget anything. So for my last post-op appointment, the day before I left, they cleaned my incision one last time, tech-assaulted me, and bandaged me back up. I got my paperwork that said I was cleared to leave. Make sure you get your paperwork because they are gonna ask for it at the airport. And I had to leave with my drain in because he said I wasn't ready for my drain to come out yet. So I was about to leave. Like the last freaking minute, she told me, oh, you have to take another Doppler test before you leave. But the Doppler lady wasn't even there. So I just left. I was so irritated. I'm just like, I'm so ready to go home. So I just left. I'm like, I hope they let me fly home. And they did. I left at 9 days post-op. So it's time to go home at this point. Like, I had an early flight, so I had to take my blood thinner. I think I took it that morning when I was about to leave. You want to make sure you get your blood thinner injection before you leave. So once you get to the airport, you tell them you have wheelchair assistance. So you want to make sure you set your wheelchair assistance up with your whoever you flying with. You need to make sure. You could probably do it through the app, but I called them and told them I need wheelchair assistance on the way back. So after I tell them I have wheelchair assistance, they asked for my doctor's letter. I gave it to them. Then they got my boarding pass and everything for me. They wheeled me around. Like I'm telling y'all, if I would have tried to walk or do it myself, wouldn't have been able to do it. So make sure you get wheelchair assistance, especially if you had like been cut open anywhere. Make sure you get wheelchair assistance. And so the plane ride home, I couldn't wear my foaming boards, and that faja was so freaking tight, it was digging in my skin. So what I recommend is putting your poise pads at the waist, because that's where it tries to squeeze you. Make sure you put it at the waist to protect your skin. But I didn't do that. So once I made it through security in Miami, I just went to the bathroom, took my faja off, I put the pads in because I just couldn't take it no more. Like, it was hurting so bad, it felt like it was cutting through my skin. So it took me like 30 minutes to put that faja back on. It was so unbelievably tight. Like, y'all think I'm playing. It was so freaking tight. They will try to put you in the freaking tightest faja that they can, but I feel like that's how you get the faja burns and all that, because it's digging in your skin. You have to protect your skin first and foremost. So oh y'all, I don't even remember what I put. I'm just like, what? Plane ride Vegas tingle. So on the plane ride, my fingers were tingly, like they were so cold. And even though I would try to warm them up, nothing was working, and my ankles were a little swollen. And I think that's pretty normal because they had a guy on the flight with me, and the same thing was happening to him. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess this is normal. But when I made it to Houston, my boyfriend, he picked me up from the airport, and I went to get a massage that I did not like. I didn't like my first massage. And then after that, I went to the faja store. I got a new faja. We have like, I think 3 faja stores in Houston. So I just got a faja, and I didn't like that faja. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah. So I found a new massage lady. Someone recommended me to her. I will also put her information down below. And I started getting massages from her. I got like 8 massages. I started out every day for the first couple of days, then every other day, then every other day. And then yeah, she was great. She came to my house every time I needed a massage. She has packages. Sometimes ask her about her packages. And maybe 3 days after I got home, I noticed that my drain was not working. It was not draining, maybe because I kept dropping it. So I ended up putting out my own drain at 3 days post-op. And I had to end up going to my PCP to get the stitches clipped out because I couldn't get them out. And it was just making me sick trying to mess with it because the incision was open and it was just nasty. So I cleaned my wounds every 2 to 3 days with this wound care wash, and I use regular gauze. I cleaned my belly button with a Q-tip. I made sure everything was dry before I used my Tecasol powder, and made sure the wound was dry. Then I covered it with my gauze, and I used my blue Next Care tape. And I say use that tape because it's more gentle than the regular tape whenever you're trying to take it off. I mean, it still hurts a little bit, but it's not as bad, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of girls ask me, how long was I hunched over? I think I was hunched over maybe like 3 weeks. So my sister, she stayed with me maybe a week or 2 or something like that. And she washed my back for me because my boyfriend wasn't here. And she did other small stuff like sweep up my trash. Anytime I dropped something, I couldn't pick it up, so she had to do it for me. My mom and my brother, they drove me around like to the grocery store and stuff like that. And then after about a month, I started driving on my own. So I took my first shower at a month post-op. Like, my incisions were pretty much closed except for like 3 spots, especially where my drain was. And I used waterproof band-aids over the pieces that weren't healed all the way in my belly button. Got in the shower, everything was good. So every now and then I would take a pain pill, like if I just felt like I needed one. I drank my arnica tea, tried to drink plenty water, tried to eat better, which I really didn't. And then, you know, walking more, getting my strength back, getting my independence back. So I got another stage 2 faja, and I went with Tributo. It took about 3 weeks for me to receive my faja, but it's like the best faja I've had because it was contoured to my body. So after I finished getting my massages with my massage lady, my boyfriend, he did my massages, like just rubbing me and stuff like that with oil and all that good stuff. And I started doing scar treatment with bio oil and the cocoa butter maybe like 1.5 months post-op, but I'm just gonna end up getting a tattoo over my scar because it's only so much that it's gonna heal. It's not gonna go completely away, so I'll just get a tattoo. But you know, even though I wear my faja and my ab board, I always feel like my stomach has never been super flat like the other girls. So I am planning around 2. I'm gonna get my boobs done. I'm gonna get a breast lift with implants, lipo, and BBL. So I'm so ready. But yeah, the Dominican Republic experience was amazing to me. I'm definitely going back. I met some great people. I went to Boca Chica Beach. The nurses took great care of me at Better Recovery House. And I just really love what Mercedes did for me. He did, however, tell me that I would need a round 2 because I carried a lot of fat in my upper back. But I feel like he did an amazing job. Like, he gave me a fabulous foundation. It's a start, but round 2 is just gonna top me off. So these are just like a few extra notes that I wrote down. So I said this already, but for your flights, make sure you set up wheelchair assistance with your airline. And so whenever you have wheelchair assistance, sometimes they upgrade your seats. They upgraded my seats for both flights, and you get wheeled around. All you do is sit down, enjoy the ride. They do everything for you. And you get on the plane first. So I was the very first one to get on the plane, which was awesome. And you want to make sure that your luggage is transported from one plane to the next if you have a connecting flight, because I think on my way back from the Dominican, when I landed in Miami, my luggage did not automatically get transferred. So we had to go get it. And bring your passport everywhere with you when you're in the Dominican. Like, they don't want to see your ID, they want to see your passport. And I decided against the pain pump and the oxygen chamber because I just wasn't getting it anyway. But I'm glad I didn't get it, because for some girls they said it was a waste of money. For other girls, they had withdrawals. So I just didn't do that. Make sure you have used some movies downloaded. You could download movies from Netflix for your flight. That's what I did. And I noticed that they didn't have Hulu in the Dominican. I don't know why. But go to the beach. You're gonna love it. It's so beautiful. And when you're brushing your teeth, make sure you use bottled water. So Mercedes' office, it has Wi-Fi, but in some places it didn't freaking work. The recovery house has Wi-Fi and it always worked for me. But I think like twice the power went out, but they have generators that like kick the power right back on. So we were good. And also at the recovery house, they had like a party or something going on. I don't know how often that happens, but the music, it was semi-loud. It wasn't that loud. It really didn't bother me, but I'm just saying, just for the people who want to know. And they have ACs in all the bedrooms and the massage room, but they didn't have AC in the common areas, like the area where you eat at and the downstairs living room and the kitchen. But you're never really in those areas anyway unless you're eating, but you could always just eat in your room if you want to. And the nurses empty out your drains, but after a while I just started emptying out my own drains. You want to make sure you clean out any blood clots that you might have so that the fluids could just flow. So cons. The only cons that I have are the pain is pretty bad, but it's not unbearable. You can't have sex. I didn't have sex for like a month. Jeans, most of my jeans have like a gap in the back. So whenever you put on a belt, it's like squeezing the waist. It's weird. So I have to find like some jeans, maybe Fashion Nova, I guess, to fit. And skirts and dresses, they kind of baggy at the waist. And the pros are you get attention from men and everybody pretty much. So that could be a pro and a con, just depends. You get buku compliments. You develop this confidence that's like out of this freaking world. Well, at least I did. You love what you see in the mirror. You love shopping. Like now I'm always freaking shopping. If you watch my vlogs, I'm always freaking shopping now, and I never did that before. So that was a nice change in pace. And now you're the fine friend. I mean, all my friends are fine, but you know, I went from being, you know, the square shape girl to now I got a little booty. So a lot of girls reach out to me and they tell me, oh, I'm so scared. What if this happens to me? I'm like, your energy is everything. So don't be afraid and nervous. Like my entire experience, I was not scared or nervous. Even whenever I was walking to my freaking surgery, I was not scared. And I think it's because I know that the universe got me. I know my ancestors got me. God got me. I'm in good hands. So it's really nothing to be tripping about. Just know that you're gonna be okay and you're gonna be okay. So you gotta have a little chill. You gotta be chill about it. You gotta have faith. Like, I knew I was in good hands, so I wasn't even tripping at all. And don't be scared. I said that already, but I have it again, like, for real, don't be scared. Don't attract that to you. And you don't have to tell everybody. Like, I'm an open book, so I'm always like talking to people and I tell them like, yeah, I had surgery and I'm going again. And they're like, why you want to go again? Don't risk it again and da da da. But I'm just like, it doesn't matter what you say. I'm still going to do what I want to do because it's my body and my mind already made up. So yeah. But I was actually gonna do this video on a live, but I don't qualify to do live videos yet. So if you do have any questions, make sure you leave them down below. That was the entire video. I hope I answered all of your questions, but like I said, if you have any additional questions, leave them down below or follow me on Instagram, subscribe and all that. And yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching my video. This is the end. I hope I didn't miss anything. But with all these notes, it took me so freaking long to get all this information together. I was trying to make sure I didn't leave out anything. I don't think I did, but if I did, let me know. But yeah, this is the end of the video. Bye, you guys.